Well, howdy, hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now we got a special guest today. Why, we have one of the best telecasters, in my opinion, and that would be a G&L. I'm getting my I gotta get my shadow out of there. Yeah. A G&L ASAT Classic. Yep. Looking good. I'm getting a shadow from my camera. There we go. Oh, much better. Looky there, looky there. Man, you know, these G&Ls, you know, old Leo Fender, man, he knew what he was doing. He wanted to go do it a little bit different, I guess. Man, this, you know, I've had a couple of these on the bench before, and they really are nice guitars. Look at it's got like the, I don't know if that's a Filtertron, what kind of pickup that is, but it's just got the beauty going on, and the color of it. I think that's the Pelham Blue Metallic, but I'm not sure. Beautiful. 3-layer pick guard. Nice maple neck on it. Has that got a... Yeah, it's got a little bit of a finish on it. But, you know, all in all, this is just one beautiful guitar. And, you know, the guy brought it over to me. He says, hey, it needs a setup. You know, it's never had a setup. And, you know, it's doing a few things that I'm not too crazy about. So if you just go on over and work the bugs out of her, man, she's going to be perfect. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get all the notes playing perfect up and down the neck. Get everything the way it's supposed to be. Get this guitar doing the things a guitar is supposed to do. Man. Learned a lesson on that one. Ha! Well, bam. So anyway, I think it's time we get this one over. Get started on it. Get some mojo in it. What do you say? Alright, well here we are over at the bench. Boy, this one sure is looking good. You know, it has got a real nice metallic. Almost color change in there, ain't it? It's a blue. I know it looks kind of greenish there, but it's kind of it's a blue. You know, it's an old color. It's like an old. I remember that we used to have a Chevy that was just about the same color. But you know, it's looking good. And I kind of gave it a little bit of a pre-going over. You know, where I tune it up. You have to get the tuner on it and tune it up real good. See if it's intonated. You know, see if the notes are playing up and down the neck, stuff like that. You know, just kind of get an idea of where it's at, how it's doing. You know, plug it in, make sure that it's, you know, everything's working on it and stuff. It seems to be all right in that department there. So basically, we're going to go over it. We're going to give it some strings. We're going to do the neck on it. We're going to do whatever the neck needs doing. We're going to, you know, just make sure that everything on this guitar, we're going to go through the pots, make sure they're all lubed up and clean and things like that. And we will radius the strings, make sure everything's kosherdelic with that. Hey, that's a new word, kosherdelic. You can use it if you want. You know, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get these strings off here. And I'm going to get my little rest here, my little piece of foam. And dig out my handy dandy winder. We're going to take a little bit of slack out of these strings. Just enough so that when I cut it, it's not going pa-twing, you know. And that's not really the nice way to do it. Hey man, I just noticed something kind of cool about this guitar that I never really noticed before. I don't know if they changed the headstock, but look at that. I never even really noticed that it was like that before. Maybe I haven't seen enough of them, but I think that's kind of cool. Hey, what do you say? Oh, G&L, man, they're trying to be cool. Trying to do stuff. They're trying to get their groove on, ain't they? There you go. Good for them. Alright, let's see. Let's get our handy dandy. Maybe it'll cut it, maybe it won't. Cutters. Good Lord. Some of those strings, you clamp down it and you really got to twist it hard. You know? Then as you go there. Ah, there we go. Dang. These G&Ls are tight, or tough. You keep putting up a fight, no matter what. Alright. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take these strings off here. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to tackle this neck. So I'm going to take the strings off here, and we're going to get ready to see if this neck's flat or what. And, you know, we'll find out, won't we? Alrighty. We are ready to do this neck here. And, let me see here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our straight edge, and we're going to find out if this neck is flat or it's a rocker. And I don't mean rocker like it plays good music neither. Let's see. Is it flat? Nope. It's a rocker, which means that it is high in the middle. These G&Ls are always high in the middle. All right. Let's see if we can. Do you think this is going to be the right Allen wrench for this thing? I mean, because sometimes it's 3 or 4. I hardly ever get it on the first one. Can it be? Can it be? Oh no, epic fail. Alright, let's try one more. I got one more in here. Let's try in here. But this is the second. This one don't fit. We're going to have to go to station identification. Oh, that's it. What do you know? Alright. So we were high in the middle, which means the truss rod is too tight. There's a metal rod that runs through here. And the tighter you make it, the more it makes this bow up. Okay? So what we gotta do is we gotta loosen it up a little bit so it takes some of the pressure out and it's not so bowed. So we're just gonna take a little bit out of the, just a little bit. And it wasn't very high. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put my hand underneath this side. I'm gonna put just a little bit of weight on this to kind of make it go the way I want it to go. And this seems to help a little bit. Because otherwise I'll be sitting here all day waiting for this thing to, well, is it going to change? Is it going to? I don't know. Could take days. I ain't got that kind of time. Right, it's still rocking, so we're going to take a little bit more out of it. And we'll try getting a little bit more out of it there than that. And what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of twisting a little bit. And I can feel it kind of twisting a little bit. I can feel it moving just a little bit. You know? So we'll try that now. It's still rocking, so we're going to take even some more out of it. I should have took that out of there by now. So we're going to sit here for a minute. Okay? Now sometimes, you know, I got somebody's guitar here, okay? This is not my guitar. This is a customer's guitar, okay? And I like it when they bring me these really nice guitars because I don't, you know, get an opportunity to work on a nice G&L very often, you know, or Gibson or a real Fender or something like that, you know. In fact, I got a video, just to be speaking of one, I got a video I got to make. It's about a very, very interesting guitar. But anyway, you know, I want to take my time with things and do it right and not try to rush through it for the sake of the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few minutes here and I will come back when this is doing what it's supposed to do, be flat. So give me a half a second here. Alright, excuse me, we made some progress. I was only gone a second. And we kind of loosened it up too much, so we're going to tighten it up a little bit here. Just a wee. Or maybe an Xbox, I don't know. Okay, but I got my little floppy feeler gauge here. Man, that thing is thin like paper, even probably thinner than paper. I'm going to sit this right across here. And I'm just trying to get it so that there is no gap whatsoever under any of these, between any of these frets. So that tells me it's dead flat, and it just needs a little help in the middle right there. So once again, we're going to try to make it go the way we want it to go, but bend it a little bit, okay? Just a little bit, and I am, you know, I mean, this little is just barely. Better do it from your side, okay? Oops. Just one just a little bit right there. It's not right there. There. Let's try the ends. Solid. It's not rocking or anything like that. Okay, try it right there. Right there. We are just about there. I think we need just a little bit of, like maybe right there. Okay. A little help. Just a little bit of help. Help. This G&L don't need too much help. Let's see how we're doing here. Alright, I'm doing it from the back here. And we are touching, I mean, I cannot go underneath. There's one fret that I can go underneath right here. What is that? 12, 11, 10, 9. Ninth fret is a little bit low. That's it right there. It ain't low by much. But what we are going to do, we're going to give this just a little hair more. Okay. And then I'm going to try that 11th one more time. Try that 9th. Okay, everything is still kosher all the way across. So, how will we say it? Kosher-delic? Okay, I'm done being a dummy. Alright, well, we are going to live with that because that fret is just a little bit low. So we got the fretboard, we got the fretboard as flat as we can possibly get it. So, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to, now, in most cases, okay, I would go ahead and put, I might as well go ahead and do it anyways. Anyways, what we're going to do, we're going to take this magic marker. I was going to just do, here was my thought process. I got one low fret, so what I was going to do is just mark the low fret and go over it until I remove that. Which is kind of what I got to do anyway. So we're going to go 9th fret. So 12, 11, 10, 9. Here we go. 9th fret. Right there. Okay, that's my low fret. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my leveling beam, which is right here. You know, we've all seen the leveling beam. Still got the same piece of sandpaper on there. Probably should change that, but not gonna. Anyways, it's got an old piece of 600 on there. It's probably more like about 1,000 now. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to take this across here, and we're going to take that all down until that black mark is gone off that that 9th fret. So this is a kind of a time-consuming part of the game where you kind of gotta, you know, take your time, do it right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this all done. In fact, and then I'm going to get this fretboard all nice and level, and then I'll show you the next step after that. Alrighty, it didn't hardly take nothing at all. We were successful. We got that 9th fret. Let's see here. Here's the 12th, 11, 10, 9. This one right here. Let's see. Nope, don't go under there. Just like it don't go under none of them. Perfectly flat. This neck now is perfectly flat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our rag here and just kind of wipe that off a little bit, okay? And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to crown these frets here. So, in fact, I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over this one more time. I'm going to go over it back and forth because I was going the other way with it. And I like to go this way with it too. Because with this, with the grit that I got on this, it's so light that I'm going to start kind of polishing with it. This takes some of the deeper scratches out of the top of the fret. And it kind of preserves the radius, I think, when we go back and forth like this. And, you know, it's kind of a basic of sanding. when you go this way, you put scratches in it this way. So then you go this way and you take the scratches out. Yeah, from from going the other direction. And that's how you get nice even wear. Okay. All right, let's see. We're gonna wipe down there. Oh yeah. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pen again, and we're gonna put a mark on top of each one of these frets, just like that. Real nice and careful not to get anything on the board. That's why I'm kind of using the side of the pen. I don't need to like try to use the tip. I'm using the side, and there's a little, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little rim, that little plastic rim right there. I kind of just rest that up against the side of the fret and go across it like that, and it kind of makes it so I'm not going to get any marks on it. And you know what? I see a lot of people who tape up the fretboards. I was telling this customer about that. You know, if you're careful, you don't have to. And if God forbid, I was to get a little bit of marker on this fretboard right here, the alcohol will take that right off. Or if that doesn't take it out, then a little bit of hairspray will take it out. You know, it's not a death sentence. It's not gonna have a big black mark on this fretboard. You know, you're not gonna put a big giant gouge in it. It's wood. And if you're not using things that are gonna gouge something, or using tools that are going to mess stuff up, you know, yeah, you should be all right. You're experienced and you're careful. And you know, when you got a like a rosewood fretboard, doesn't really matter. You get a little marker on that. That's not really, you know, a great big giant sin. It's not going to affect the way the guitar plays, you know. Okay, now got my fret cleaning tool here, and I like to take my old toothbrush and kind of clean out the grooves here a little bit, just so that we get a fresh start, you know, and it gets everything cool and copacetic. Okay, what we did, let me get some stuff out of the way too, so I'm not, you know, messing nothing up. Okay, what we did when we leveled the frets is we kind of flattened the top of them out. I mean, as I'm looking at them, I can see that they're kind of flat. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our crowning tool here, and what this does is it's like a V-shaped file. This is like a little V in here, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a point. It files a point back on the top of the fret, so that when the string goes down, and it's not going down on a flat, it's going down on a point, which that's what it likes a lot better. So, you know, we just take and if I can move that down, oops, and we're going to take these are big giant frets. So we're going to take the biggest setting we got right here, which is the jumbo frets. And we're just going to kind of go over the top of it like this. And the reason we put the marker on there is because when I get done, I want to see just a little tiny V of the marker on it. And that's what I see, just a tiny little V of marker. Okay? So we're going to go do this to all these frets, crown all these frets down, so that they're just perfect. And when I get done with that, I keep saying we. I don't know, it's just I got a mouse in my pocket or something. But yeah, I will be back in just a minute after I get done doing that. All right, we gave the crowns we gave the frets a real nice little crown there. But what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take some of the little bit of fret sprout that we have along the side of this fretboard right here. And basically what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Okay, we're going to take this file right here, and this file has an edge on it right here that has no file stuff on it. It's nice and smooth right across there. So that's the side we're going to keep to the wood, because we don't want to mess up the wood. And basically what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of go around that fret like that. We're just going to kind of take that top little bit of, smooth that little fret out right there, just on the end there. We're just trying to make it so that when you run your finger across there, it feels nice and smooth, you know. And we're going to do that. We're going to run our finger across there, every one of these frets. And if we feel any sharpness whatsoever in any of them, we're going to go ahead and take that out of there. And when I get done with that, I'll be back and I'll show you the next step. Okay, excuse me. We have gotten we put a polish on the top of these frets here. we went ahead and we did all the fret ends, got them all nice and smooth so that there's nothing catching, nothing feeling, all the way up and down there. A little bit right there. A little bit right there. I would see every time I run my finger over the nose. I got to do that right there. Anyway, I am going to take some... Now we're going to put a real nice polish on these frets. So these things are ultra shiny, ultra smooth, and ultra slick and fast. And what we're going to do is we're just going to use some good old number 7 chrome metal polish. You know, we're going to put a little bit on the end of this here rag. And I like to get something to just pour it out on a little bit, you know. Just a little something right there. Just get a little something, pour just a little bit of it on the surface there. And you got to give this stuff a good shake. In fact, I'm going to shake it just a little bit more. Because I don't want the runny stuff, I want the gritty junk that's in there. It's got to be all mixed up with that good gritty junk in order to work good. Alright, there we go. We'll try some of that too. Because you'll know, I'll notice it'll be a little bit thicker. There we go. Alright, perfect. Alright, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this here rag here. I'm going to find me a little place to put my finger right underneath there. And then I'm going to get me some of that chrome cleaner on there, just a little bit. And I'll take this protector here, put that over there. And I'm just going to go back and forth. And we're going to keep going back and forth over this for a little bit. Just like that. We'll take that out there. And we'll bam. Nice and shiny. Nice and shiny. Yep. You see that, boy, it's smooth too. Yeah, you really... You put your fingernail on there, and then you put your fingernail on there, and you're like, dang, that is smooth. So, basically what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, oh man, I could have tightened it on that, couldn't I? See if you can see the difference. I don't know if you can. But this one here has been polished. This one here, okay, and this one here hasn't. So, I don't know if you can tell the difference. See if you can. That one is just it might be shiny. I tell you when, a little bit makes a big difference. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to polish up all these frets all the way up and down here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to clean this board real nice and get it nice and shiny clean with some alcohol so that it's nice and, you know, it's clean. We got all the junk off it, okay, for lack of better words. And then we're going to put a little conditioner on it, and we'll be done with the neck then. So let me go ahead and polish these up. It takes a minute, so you don't want to sit here and watch me polish. Oh, jeez. Alright. Well, I polished these frets within an inch of their life. And man, I don't know if you can see it, but they are shiny. Oh, they're shiny. They got some real shine to them. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, yeah, there's a good view. Right across the top. Look. I mean, it's shiny. And smooth too. Whoo, Jack. Alright, that's what we was looking for. Now, see that there's really not too much of a coating on this thing. You know, I mean, it's not like got a clear coat on it or nothing like that. So, what I'm going to do is take a little bit of a good old coconut oil. You see I've had this in for a while because it's way down there. I barely get my finger in there to get any. Maybe we're just going to take a little bit of this. And we're going to put a little bit of it right on the fretboard here. It's really not doing a whole lot, but we're going to put a little bit on there. But I got to get something to dig it out with. I'll dig out a little toothbrush there. Just got to get a little on my finger. There we go. Just get a little bit on your finger and just kind of go back and forth like that. You don't want to put a whole lot on there, just a little bit. And the thing that I like about this is that it's giving it some hydrations, it's giving it some oil, but it's not oil. You know, it's not liquid oil. It's, you know, at room temperature, coconut oil is a solid. And then as soon as your finger hits it, it becomes a liquid. And that's what I like about it, because it doesn't soak in. And the reason I use alcohol, rubbing alcohol on the fretboards, is because it don't soak in. I'm not trying to get this wood wet. I wouldn't want to use soap and water. I'd never ever use soap and water. Unless you're just wiping it off with a wet rag. I mean, if you're wiping it off with a wet rag, that's no big deal, because you're not going to soak it down. You're just, wiping it with a wet rag. But if you're going to wipe it with something, wipe it with some alcohol, because that'll take the grease off and all the oil off from your skin that you've been touching it with. And that gets it cleaner than soap and water will, or just plain, a wet rag. But a wet rag will, if that's lack of all you got, wipe it off with it, but anyway, we put a little bit of coconut oil on here. We kind of rubbed it in so it's getting all love all over the place, But I tried not to rub it into the frets too much. Just want to kind of get it around. I saw a couple spots that look a little, my finger missed. Man, that's, this is giving it some love. And this fretboard here, the fretboard, it's the whole guitar basically. I mean, you got your body, that doesn't really, your pickups, but that neck, man, it's got to be right. There's not too much you can do with this stuff here, but this neck, you can do something with it. You gotta, it's got to be just right. And if you get it just right, it makes the whole guitar right. And I'm looking at things up here, and I just want to take a toothbrush after this nut a bit. I like to get in there with a toothbrush and clean out the slots. This kind of helps things. Okay. All right, now I let that sit down there for a minute. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take, in fact, I think I'll take some toilet paper. Sometimes I like using a little bit of white tissue, because I can see if it's dirty or not. And I'm just wiping it with the same direction as the frets, because I want to get the bulk of it off first before I go back and forth the other way. I don't want to pack it into the frets. See, I got a little bit of dirt on there, not much. So we cleaned it off good with that alcohol. And when you rub it, you're going to get a little bit of black from the frets anyway, because the frets will put off a little bit of black. Because they're nickel, and that's what nickel does. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Getting nice and shiny. Oh yeah, see? And that's just a little bit of the nickel coming off there. Got that pretty good. And you can keep on rubbing on this real good. Just keep, you can never buff it, polish it too much. And actually the paper is actually a little bit abrasive, a little bit. And it actually is sort of polishing things too. You can see it's polishing because it's making that get a little bit dirty. So let's feel that. Whoo, slick. It's like you go, oh shit. Almost broke my neck. Almost broke my finger. It's so slick. Slicker. Alrighty. Next thing we're going to do here is we are going to zoom in a little bit. Ha ha ha. Okay, let me get some room down here. So I'm not running things over. Alright. Now we got the neck all straight. That's good. Way we want it. Now I just want to make sure that everything is kosher, delic up here. So what we're going to do, we're going to get out our little tiny screwdriver. We're going to check the things on that. And we're going to get out our, believe 10 millimeter. Yes, 10 millimeter. And we're going to check everything on here. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to check these nuts on the top here. We're just going to make sure that they're all good and tight. And I don't really need a wrench on this or anything like that. Just using the socket is enough. I can turn that good enough to make sure that everything is good and tight. Okay? And I want to make sure that this string tree is got a little bit of movement to it and not sticking. Okay? And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try these, the knobs here. I'm going to try to get them all to the same, so they turn the same. See, this one's kind of loose and then this one's kind of tight. So we're going to go through here and we're going to, well, show you how to do that. We're going to take these little screws in the end of the knob there and we're going to tighten it or loosen it according to how we need it. You know, if it's too loose, we're going to tighten it. If it's too tight, we're going to loosen it. And then after we get done doing that, we're going to go back in the back. Oh, guess what? I don't have any screws. No screws in the back of this, so we don't have to check that. So all I'm going to do now is get these turning the right all the same. And when I get done with that, I'll be back and we'll move on down to the controls here and get the controls straightened around. And we'll be kind of getting ready to, put some strings on this thing. So we'll be right back. All right, we're back, and we got this neck all taken care of. We got the tuners all tightened up and turning all just right so they're all turning the same. And now we're going to get it into this control cavity. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of this cleaner here. We're going to shoot it right in between them right down there. Okay. And then we're going to turn these pots, that cleaner in there. We're going to turn these back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Okay. Until and you can feel them free up. They'll free up just a little bit. And you can always test them to see if there's, feel if there's any slack or anything like that. Okay, and then we're gonna take this three-way switch. Give that just a little squirt in there. And we'll just go back and forth with this a few times. Helps keep things lubricated and helps keep those contacts cleaned off in there. So you have a nice solid contact in there. Okay. And while we got this open, we're going to kind of take a look at things. Make sure we don't have anything that looks funky or jacked up, or all the wiring looks real nice. It does though. All the wiring looks really, really nice on it. And sometimes they bundle all the wiring up and stuff like that. I don't really believe in that. I think you should just leave it. Okay. So we're going to put the screws back in this. We're going to clean this body up a little bit, and then we are going to put some strings on it. So when we get that done, we'll be right back. Well, all right. We're ready to put some strings on this thing here. Guess what we're going to use? That's what Brent likes. He likes the Ultra Slinky 10 through 48. So they are a little bit heavier. And I've already done one of his guitars, and you guys will see the video. It's coming up ahead of this one. But man, I usually use 9s. But you try these 10s. You can feel the difference, boy. I'll tell you one thing. Okay, let's get these suckers cracked open. All right. Now, I've seen some funky ways that people put strings on a guitar. And I've seen some guys do it that knew what they were doing. So I'm going to show you guys how I do strings, okay? We're going to get you up real nice here, up and close and personal. All right. See what we can do here. Tighten in. Well, bam. Does that look good? I think that looks good. Okay. We're going to work this big fat string, make it real nice and easy, okay? First of all, when you take it out of the thing, be careful. So I'm going to go ahead and string this one through. Alright. How you like that shot of the table, huh? Alright. Alright, we're back. Alright. Bam, right there, okay. I got this one going through there. Alright. And what I'm pulling it down, and I'm keeping some tension on it because I don't want it to come out of its hole there in the back. And I've already made sure that the string is going through the saddle. Okay? So I'm keeping some tension on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to go just like this. I'm going to put my finger right next to it. Maybe you can see it better this way. Put my finger right next to the post that I'm going to, and then I go to the end of my finger here. So let's shove down just a little bit more right here. So I'm just using like from here to here. That's what I'm doing from the post to the end of my finger. And I might even do a little less. Okay? Then I take that and I bring it around here, and I'm keeping my finger, keeping it pinched where I measured. Okay? I'm gonna stick it through here, stick it through your hole. Okay? All the way up to where you pinched it. Where you pinched it. See if I can get that. Where I pinched it, I shoved it in there. Okay? I shoved it all the way in where I pinched it. Okay? Then I can let go of that, and I keep it right there. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start winding this. So I'll get out my winder thingy, and we'll start winding this. And we're going to let the top string, we're going to let this string right here is going to go over the string that's going through the hole. Okay, so we're going to keep winding until that goes over. Okay? And I got to get the pad underneath it because it's falling down too much. Okay, there we go. Okay, now see how the string is going over right there. Okay, and we're going to keep going over. Now that we got it over, we can take this string here, we can put right straight up in the air. Okay? And I'm holding on to this. You can see I'm holding on to it with my finger, and I'm holding it down. Okay? And I'm grabbing it. So then we're turning it. We're going to keep winding. But the next time it goes around, I want it to go under that string. And what that does is it clamps that string in there so that it holds better. And then we go around a couple times like that until we get a little bit of tension on it. Alright? And there you go. That's how you do it. And then you take your clippers, which I had around here, right here. Take your cutters and you cut that off. And there you go. That's how you do a string. You do all of them like that. And it puts a, that's the way you do it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and I'll be right back when I get done. Alright, we got some strings on it, man. Look at that. It's looking good. Got some strings on it. It's all shiny. I got the pickups adjusted to the right height. I got the strings adjusted to the proper height. And I really didn't have to adjust the string height any, because it was pretty much right there where he had it before, and it was at a good height. It was right in the ballpark, and if that's where he likes it, that's where I'm going to keep it. We went through and we cleaned the pots and all that good stuff. We got it all shined up and looking good, and we're going to give it another cleaning after we're all done here. But I got some strings on it. But what I wanted to show you now is, once I got the strings on and they're all tuned up, what we're going to do is we're going to stretch these strings. And so what we do is we take it like this. In fact, I can kind of maybe zoom in a little bit. What we do is we take the string, see, and we take our fingers like that on this side of the string, pull it down, and then push down with the other side, and we sort of give it a little push and a pull. Okay, and then I can even go up and down with it. And we'll do that in each one of these strings. And we're going to take the stretch out of these strings so that they stay in tune. This is the thing that keeps your guitar in tune. Okay? And when you stretch this, what you're doing is you're tightening it around the post down there. Tightening it all up. And now what we're going to do, now that we went through and we did that on each string, we wrap it and give a little stretch. Little stretch. There we go. After we did that, now we're going to go back and tune it up. And then we're going to stretch it again. And then we'll tune it up. And stretch it. And tune it up and stretch it. Until, when I stretch them, I come back to tune it up and they're still tuned up. Or they're, you know, right there. They're, you know. So that's what I'm going to keep going until it's all tuned. And then this guitar will stay in tune. So I'll be back in a second. All right. Guess what? We got it all done. All I got to do is just wipe off my fingerprints, and we are set-ski. Man, I got it all taken care of. Everything's looking good. Everything's perfect. What I had to do, I had to go back and, you know, these teles are famous for it. Once you get the neck flat and you put some strings on it, it stays flat. But I gotta have a little bit of relief. You have to have a little bit of relief for it to play right. So I went in there and I got my usual 7 thousandths worth of relief through there, and man, it is sure playing a lot better than what it was before. I'm telling you one thing. I think we got her all tuned up. Maybe we'll give it a little wham shot. Well, there we go. Let me see. I'm going to turn the tune around here. Oh yeah. We adjusted the relief so she went flat a little bit. Tune, tune, tune. Yeah, there we go. We'll scan through them one more time just to make sure. There we go. Let's see. Come on, A. I might have trouble picking up the A. There we go. Alright, we're good. So. Sounds good. Brings out nice. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this over to the try it out. What do you say? Alright, alright, alright. Whoa, hold on now. Okay, here we go. I was turning it on and actually hit the zoom button. Man, you know, I have still not decided what color this is, because this thing's almost color changing. Look at that. How it goes from like a blue and then it kind of looks green. I mean, I haven't decided. But man, it sure is beautiful. That's one thing for sure. It's shining like a new penny. It's playing better than it ever has before. I mean, it didn't go out of the factory. I hate to say I love G&Ls and everything, but it didn't go out of the factory looking this good. So, you know, but how's it sound? That's the big question. So how about we give it a shot here? Well, that sounds pretty good, don't it? And again, we're playing it through that old Prowler amp that I pulled out of the dumpster. Yeah, Guitar Center. That's got a real nice. And that's on the neck pickup. And that's in the middle. That's both pickups. And here we go with the bridge. That's got some twang to it. I like that. It's got some twang to it. It's got a different sound when you need that. But I also like this one here. This neck pickup is warm and creamy. Oh yeah. Yeah. Nice and warm. Sounds good, and that's clean, you know. I think it just, I'm sure she'll dirty up real nice, you know how. Well, it's really sounding good. It's playing good. It's doing the things this guitar is supposed to do. Now, if you're a G&L fan, which a lot of people are, please subscribe to the channel. Take a second, pause, push pause. I'll wait right here for you while you go subscribe, and then come back and watch the rest of the video, or not. You know, just subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000, and I need all the help I can get. So please, how about the channel? Keep things rolling down here at MOJO Shop Guitar. Give me a hand. I'd like to start making some of that YouTube money. You know what I'm saying? I've been working awful hard for a couple years now. It's about time they started paying me a little bit of money. So anyway, we're going to say this is another successful build. I didn't build it, but you know, another successful job. And we're going to say adios for now from MOJO Shop Guitar. Bye bye.